Hello everyone, in today's video I'll be taking a look at the 39 Steps. This is a game based on a novel, which I'll be taking a look at today. I have seen the store page, I have seen the reviews, stuff like that, so I'll be explaining to you guys briefly what it's about, what it's like to play the game, and stuff like that. I'll be giving you guys the first, 10 minutes of gameplay, so you guys get a rough idea of what the game is like. So let's start by pressing play. Okay, so this is basically like an introduction. Tells you who made this game, who the directors were and stuff like that, who was in charge of the visuals and stuff like that. So we can just skip it by pressing enter. And here we can create our player name. So I'll create my name as What Comes Around. Oh, no, can't do that. So let's choose WCA. Continue. So as I have previously mentioned, this game is based on, did I mention this? I'm not too sure. But this game is based on a novel, so naturally the visual aspects are very nice. So you can rotate your mouse clockwise to progress through the text and anti-clockwise to go back, as you can tell. So let's go next by clockwise, and then once you reach the end of this string of text you can see a diamond, and then you can just press left click. Yep. Okay, so whenever you see a yellow diamond, you can interact. So yeah, this game is interactive, so you'll definitely not be bored. For instance, as you can tell, I just click on the apartment and there we go. Some locations can be explored. When in explore mode, you can click and drag the mouse to look around. You can also interact with glowing objects. Okay. Done. Oh, I actually should have. Oops. Never mind. Congratulations. You made it through our story tutorial and have been given an award for your efforts. Here are 15. There are 15 more of these to collect. Okay. You will shortly begin your journey through the 39 steps. All progress will be auto-saved, but you can also use bookmarks to manage your progress and revisit key scenes. Right-click or hit spacebar to return to the main menu screen during play. Okay. This also acts as pause. Okay. New event, the wrong ditch. Okay, so this is basically a timeline. You basically collect all of these different events and you go through each and every single one of them to, progress through this story. So let's start with the wrong ditch. Let's press play. I have to say that this game is a very unique game because of the interactive content in here. You definitely won't get bored, but it's sort of like a very light game. If you're looking for action, you definitely won't find it in this game. Okay, disgusted with life. That's weird. I had been 3 months in I had been 3 months in the old country and was fed up with it. Okay. Interesting.
Richard Hannay, you have got into the wrong ditch, my friend, and you had better climb out.
So I hope you guys heard that, because I did try and manage the audio as best I could. So basically here you can check out the different information about him, you know, him as a child, him as, you know, in present day, his career, him being a soldier, him being a working man. So let's just check out one of these. A lot of imperialist ladies asked me to tea to meet schoolmasters from New Zealand and editors from Vancouver, and that was the most dismal business of all. I had no real pal to go about with, which probably explains things. Plenty of people invited me to their house, but they didn't seem much interested in me. I had counted on stopping in London for the rest of my days, but from the first I was disappointed with it. I was the best bored man in England. The child. My father had brought me out from Scotland to South Africa at the age of 6, and I had never been home since. I grew up in Cape Colony, which was then under British rule. The career. So his final years in Africa were in the municipality of Bulawayo. Wow. Where I had fought during the Matabele War. I resided once again with my father, who had taken ill. After he died, I decided to leave Cape and head back to the old country. Interesting. Teenager. I spent much of my time by the Zambesi, where I would fish. There are several hundred species in its waters, including the infamous tigerfish and the Zambesi shark. The wide open space of veld also interested me greatly, and the various methods of survival in such an uncompromising landscape. The soldier. I served the British forces during the Matabele conflict and was decorated for my role. I served 2 years with the Imperial Light Horse and was an intelligence officer at the Delagoa Bay in the Second Boer War. I lost many friends during those wars. Not sure which one of these guys he is. The working man. I had earned my pile, not one of the big ones, but good enough for me. I had put in 3 years prospecting for copper in German Damara land, and spoke the German tongue pretty fluently. I went on to become a mining engineer in Kimberley, where I was instrumental to the information of De Beers consolidated mines. The diamond mines were a rough business with countless good men lost in horrific accidents. I believe I covered every single one of these, so let's hit on done. That gives you an idea of who he is, where he came from, and what his life was like. Here was I, 37 years old, sound in wind and limb, with enough money to have a good time, yawning my head off all day. So he was very bored. I had a long drink and read the evening papers. Okay. They were full of row in the Near East, and there was an article about Coralides, the Greek premier. From all accounts, he seemed the one big man in the show, and he played a straight game too, which is more than could be said for most of them. Okay, so there's a yellow thing. Someone had loaded the cylinder player. I felt a deep nostalgia from my homeland, for my homeland of Scotland, as Annie Lure filled the room. Lurie filled the room. Okay, so I'm supposed to interact with this. But yeah, this is around 10 minutes, I think. So that pretty much sums up this gameplay. This game I do recommend because it's a beautiful story. It's well illustrated. There are, I believe, nice sounds every once in a while. You can hear the voice of the character, stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good. It's sort of like reading a book, but not quite. I mean, it's like reading a book, but on your computer in a game. It's a bit of an interesting combination, but I really do like it. It's a very unique experience, and yeah. Um, if you're looking for action, this is definitely not your game. But if you're looking for a very calm and sort of like a bedtime story, I guess you can just lean back, have a cup of hot chocolate and just read this. I can't say book because it's a game, but yeah, it's a good game and I do recommend it. So if you do like this game, make sure to check it out because it's a good game and you'll definitely find hours of relaxing enjoyment. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video for today. I'm not sure if I was supposed to save, but okay. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video, this video. I enjoyed it. I like checking out new games. I did my research and I sort of know what this game is like. I'll try and play this game later on today and hopefully progress through it quite a lot and see how the story actually unveils and find out who he was framed by and stuff like that. So yeah, be sure to check out this game. It's a nice game. And yeah, that's all I have for today's video and I'll see you guys in the next one.